Welcome back to another episode of The Marathon. My name's Mare. If you're new here, come on in. We're like a little warm hug. And today is Thursday. Feels like Monday. It is also kind of feeling like a Friday because Thomas doesn't have school tomorrow. Weird. Yesterday I got back from Vancouver and it was a whirlwind trip, but so much fun. I went down there to be on CTV Morning Live, it was just like such a cool experience. Everyone was super nice and I got to talk about my book and meet some lovely people. So that is the vlog that I'm about to edit right now, actually. Do some client work, get back to it. It's been so long since I have sat here and worked. I thought I would do a bit of like just a life update, health update, because things have been rough over here and I just haven't been talking about it because I have been just dealing with it. The video before the last one was one of me getting ready to take Thomas to the doctor, in which I was having a panic attack, basically, about having to drive him there in a snowstorm. And I wanted to again say thanks so much to everyone who sent really nice messages and just encouraging me that it's okay to feel that way and to feel frustrated with how many appointments he has and the fact that none of our doctors actually live in the town in which we live. So it's always a travel day to go wherever for whatever. But we did it the next day. Excuse me. The next day the drive was snowy, but I just took my time and we saw the doctor and he got some blood work done, some fasting blood work. So I was very proud of my little 8-year-old for doing that. And then we went back a week later to get the results and everything was fine. If you haven't really been following along, I've been working with a sleep team out of Vancouver. My son Thomas has always had a tough time sleeping, and I finally found some experts, some people who specialize in sleep and kids with autism and sleep. And we have been working together. We first connected in December. So I have been working with them and they've been helping me, and we just wanted to make sure that Thomas's sleep stuff, none of it was medical. So that's why I went to get the blood work, and his blood was great. In fact, it made me feel even better because he, like, all of his levels were perfect. So as a vegan, you know, his iron was fine, everything was perfect. He doesn't need any supplements, he doesn't need any vitamins. And in fact, the vitamins that I had been giving him, his sleep team think were actually inhibiting his sleep, which, let me tell you, blew my mind and made me really upset. Because here I am trying to be a good mom and a good person, you know, taking vitamins and giving them to my son, and they're like, actually some can mess with your digestion and some can mess with your sleep. So I took him off everything. He had been on C, D, iron, and a probiotic. I took him off everything just to see if that would help his sleep, and indeed it did. You can do the research yourself or you can talk to your own doctor. Some of those vitamins can mess with your digestion, then that messes with your sleep, or they can mess with your bladder, which then messes with your sleep. So that really messed me up, like to find out that that was like a big part of what one of the barriers was to his sleep issues. So they're just like little detectives, his sleep team. They just like detect away and find things. Not to say that you don't need vitamins or your kids don't need them, but I'm just telling you that was the case with T-Bone. So, awesome news about his blood work. And great news about his sleep team, absolutely. We have achieved 2 of his 3 goals. He's now falling asleep at about 6:45 and sleeping till 6. Best money I've ever spent. Like, it's amazing. And if he does wake up in the night, I now have the tools to put him back to sleep, which I haven't had since I was nursing him. He will wake up in the night and he's just so overstimulated that he would be up for like 2 or 3 hours on average before he'd fall back asleep, if he would. Some days he'd just be up at 2 for the day. So it has been incredibly difficult to get to this point, but we changed so many things, from how he ate, when he ate, what he ate, stuff at school, screen time, just like kept so much data. So I'm not saying that this would work for everybody, but if you have a child on the spectrum and sleep's an issue, don't hesitate to message me and I can send you their information. I still have yet to meet them. We've just done everything over Skype. So that's the Thomas update. He's healthy, he's thriving. He is just, I'm so proud of him. So that was like took over our lives for the month of January and the majority of February as well. Because of course I was nervous that there was something medical going on, but turns out there is not. And then myself, I got sick again. So I was sick all of December with walking pneumonia, and about the first 2 weeks of January it subsided, but I had never fully healed. I could still feel it a bit in my ears and a bit in my throat. And then I got sick on February 11th. Started out as a sore throat and rapidly turned into strep. Went to the walk-in. He was horrified. I was 0.5 away from my fever sending me to emerge. So I spent Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and most of Sunday just laid out on the couch, not talking, not doing anything, just wanting to heal enough so that I could go to CTV. I was so scared that I was gonna have to cancel that I was doing everything in my power to heal. Also, I really learned my lesson with walking pneumonia, that I just didn't rest. I thought it was a cold and I thought I could power through, and I've really learned that powering through just makes it 10 times worse. So that's where I've been. I've barely been on socials. I haven't been vlogging, and I just took the time to lay out. I didn't even want to put it out into the universe and into the social world that I had strep. I just wanted to heal. So we're now a week into the antibiotics and I have a few more days. And again, today, this is the first time I've sat at my desk to get some work done. And I wanted to update you because that's what we do, and I appreciate your support. So if you are also sick and tired of this never-ending cold and flu season, my only piece of advice is to rest, and honestly rest. Not do what I was doing in December when I, felt like I didn't have a choice but to do 10,006 things. Actually just sit and rest. I watched all of Cheer on Netflix in one day. Flipping, loved it. Pun intended. I've watched all of Schitt's Creek, I think at least once, if not twice, just having it on in the background. We started watching The Morning Show, loving that, with Jennifer Aniston and Steve Carell and Reese Witherspoon. And everything was leading up to Vancouver, honestly, to feel strong enough to drive there and then to have the voice enough to be on TV, and everything went really well. And now we're back sitting at my desk. So I have an office day planned today, not even really catch up, but just work stuff. So my client work, I'm gonna edit a video, work on the audiobook, because also I had to stop recording because of, said strep. But I only have a few little things left to do with that. Listen to some of it actually on the way down to Vancouver, some edits that have been done. We're getting very close. What else have you missed? The Unicorn and I celebrated 1 year together. Don't know how that happened. And that's where we're at. So now I'm gonna do a little tippy typing, some work, try and get back to things, but also rest. I'm still definitely not feeling 100%, hence the toque, trying to protect my little ears. I can still feel it in there for sure, but better than I did, that's for sure. She doesn't look very pretty today, but this is lunch. It's pretty much exactly the same, except I haven't been able to find my smoked tofu, so I tried to just add some spices to this tofu. It's just veg, tofu, nutritional yeast, a couple almonds. I have come out and forgot my camera, so I thought I would just film a little bit on my phone. It's almost 3 o'clock and a beautiful sunny day. I'm meeting my friend Vanessa for coffee. After lunch, started to get a headache, so I ended up napping for about 45 minutes, and then I laid in bed and read my book. I'm reading a book. It's called 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty. She wrote Big Little Lies, and it is really good so far. I'm reading it on my Kindle. Had a very nice peppermint tea with Vanessa, and now I'm home and things are happening in the kitchen, but not by me. My mom is here. It's Thursdays, and Thursdays she picks up Thomas from school, and then she makes dinner and we hang out. And tonight she is making, I think, a recipe from Forks Over Knives. It's fun. She always like tries a new recipe when she's here. Rigatoni with peas and curried cream sauce. Excuse me. Got some rigatoni. Look, I've never made rigatoni before. Now look at this. It's got like cauliflower in it. Oh my gosh. I mean, she could make me toast and butter and I'd be happy, but I'm feeling very spoiled and very hungry. Ta-da! Look how amazing that looks.